So, you're thinking about retirement, or maybe you're already there, and you're wondering how to beef up your savings or just stay active and engaged. Well, today we're diving into side hustles for retirees. And let me tell you, there are more opportunities than ever to turn what you already own and what you already know into a real income stream.
Let's just be honest for a second. How do you really feel when you look at your retirement accounts? If you feel a little knot in your stomach, you are definitely not alone. Research shows more than half of us are worried we'll never really feel financially secure. But here's the good news. A side hustle can be a total game changer.
And this isn't some strange new idea, you know? It's actually a huge trend. Right now, about 1 in every 4 baby boomers already has a side hustle. So if you're thinking about it, you're not going it alone. You're basically joining a whole movement of people who are taking charge of their financial lives.
So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with how to make money from stuff you already own. Then, we'll get into how to profit from your years of experience and even how to build a business online. After that, we'll talk about the best and worst hustles out there, and finally, help you figure out which one is the perfect fit for you. Okay, let's jump right into our first big idea, making money from what you already own. I mean, think about it. This is about leveraging the things you've spent a lifetime collecting. It's often the easiest place to start because you're just putting things to work that might otherwise be collecting dust. And the options here are just incredible. You've got a spare room? Airbnb. A car you don't use every day? You can rent it out on Turo. Got an RV? A site called Outdoorsy will connect you with adventurers. You won't believe this. If you have a parking spot in a busy area, you can rent it on Spot Hero. And it's not just the big stuff. You can sell those treasures in the attic on eBay, or even rent out your fancy camera on a site called Fat Llama.
Another classic way to make money from stuff is flea market flipping. The idea is so simple, it's beautiful. Buy low, sell high. The appeal is obvious, right? It doesn't cost much to get started, and you can see a return pretty fast. But what's the catch? Well, it takes time to hunt for those hidden gems, and you've got to have a place to store everything before you can ship it out.
But don't underestimate the potential here. Listen to this from Jack and Joan Farrell, a couple who got serious about flipping. $17,000 in 1 month. That just goes to show you, with a keen eye and a bit of hustle, this is way more than just pocket change. This can be a real, life-changing income. All right, so that brings us to our next big category. We've talked about your physical stuff, but now let's talk about your most valuable asset of all, your lifetime of experience. After decades of working and living, you've built up this incredible library of wisdom in your head. And believe me, that wisdom is something people will pay for. The most obvious path is consulting in your old industry, but there's so much more. Are you organized and good with numbers? Virtual bookkeeping is huge right now. You could even become a loan signing agent. They can make up to $100 an hour. If you're handy, your skills are in super high demand. Love your city's history? Start a local walking tour. The key here is that you're getting paid for skills and knowledge you already have. So just how far can you take this? Well, how about this number? $200,000 a year. That's what one guy, Brad Rice, was able to earn part-time. And the way he did it is what's really important. See, he took his expertise in one specific software, Salesforce, and turned it into a business. As more and more companies started using it, the demand for good trainers just exploded. He saw that wave coming and rode it. It's a perfect example of finding a growing need and just stepping in to fill it.
And you know, it's not always about trading hours for dollars. Sometimes it's just about having one brilliant idea. Take this number, for example, $300,000.
That's what a guy named Nate Dallas earned from a single idea for a Pictionary spinoff. But here's the genius part. Instead of trying to make and sell the game himself, he licensed the idea to Mattel. They handled all the hard stuff, production, shipping, marketing, and he just cashed a huge check. It proves that sometimes your best asset is simply your creativity.
This leads us right into our third category, building an online business. And the magic word here is flexibility. I mean, these are businesses you can run from your couch, from a coffee shop, or even while you're on vacation. This is about creating both income and real freedom. And online, the sky is the limit. You could start a blog about your favorite hobby. If you're crafty, you can sell your creations on Etsy. Love photography? Sell your photos on sites like Shutterstock. You could even become what they call a grandfluencer on social media. Or you could package everything you know into an ebook or an online course. And if you've got solid office skills, let me tell you, the world is desperate for good virtual assistants right now.
Now, if you're thinking, can a simple blog really make money? How about this? $20,000 a month. Yeah, you heard me right.
This is the power of finding a small, specific niche. A woman named Debbie Gartner started a blog called theflooringgirl.com. She wasn't some famous designer. She just answered the questions people were actually typing into Google about flooring. By being super helpful over and over again, she built this massive audience. And now she makes a fortune from ads and affiliate links. It's a masterclass in turning practical advice into a profit machine. Okay, we've seen all the incredible potential, but now it's time for a little dose of reality. Not all side hustles are created equal. Some are fantastic, and others, well, they can be a huge waste of time and money. So let's talk about what to look for and what to run away from.
So on the best list, we've got things that give you flexibility and a reliable paycheck. Passion projects are amazing because you actually enjoy doing them. Things like substitute teaching or being a retail greeter are great because they're safe and you know what you're getting paid. Now for the worst list, be very, very careful with multi-level marketing or MLMs. The vast majority of people actually lose money. And things like ride-sharing and food delivery can be tricky too, because once you factor in gas, insurance, and wear and tear on your car, the profit margins can be razor thin.
Now, before we go any further, we have to talk about something crucial: Social Security. How does earning extra money affect your benefits? It all boils down to 3 letters: FRA, or full retirement age. For anyone born in 1960 or later, that magic number is 67. And that age is the key to everything we're about to discuss.
Okay, let's make this super simple. There are basically 3 rules. Rule number 1, if you take benefits before your full retirement age, there's a limit to how much you can earn. Go over that and they'll reduce your benefit. Rule number 2, in the specific year you hit your FRA, that limit goes way, way up, and the penalty is smaller. And rule number 3, this is the big one. The month after you reach your full retirement age, boom, the limit is gone. You can earn as much money as you want, and it will not reduce your Social Security benefit 1 penny.
So we've covered a ton of ground: what you can do, how you can do it, and what to watch out for. But now we get to the most important part: figuring out what is actually the right fit for you.
The perfect side hustle for your neighbor might be the worst one for you. So you have to ask yourself, what is my goal here? Am I just looking for some extra fun money for travel? Do I need a creative outlet to keep my mind sharp? Or do I need to earn some serious cash to help make ends meet? Your answer to that question will point you in the right direction.
And I want to leave you with this one final thought. So often, we get stuck thinking about the risks. We ask ourselves, what if I fail? What if this doesn't work? But I want you to flip that script. I want you to ask yourself a different question. What if it works? What if that little idea turns into something you absolutely love doing? What if that experiment becomes a real income stream that changes your life? Just think about that. What if it actually works?